All right, so we're going to do the extra practice review for tonight. So here is in a standard deck of cards, one card is drawn at random. You want to find the probability that you're going to get an ace or a heart. So you can pull out your old card chart, which is what I have down here. In terms of aces, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. In terms of hearts, I happen to have 13 of them. But remember, one of those hearts is also an ace, and I can't count things twice. So the idea would be I've got 4 out of the 52 cards that are aces. I do have 13 out of the 52 cards that are hearts, but I have to subtract the one card that's an ace and a heart. It's not mutually exclusive. It can happen at the same time. So really, there's only 16 out of 52 cards I can choose from, and that should make sense. I've got 13 highlighted in green and 3 additionals highlighted in yellow. 13 plus 3 is 16. Okay, so that's the first one. Second one, I'm looking for a black card or a face card. Black cards, I happen to have 13 plus 13, which is 26. Face cards, I happen to have Jack, Queen, King, Jack, Queen, King, Jack, Queen, King, Jack, Queen, King. But notice how 6 of those cards overlap. They're black and face. I'm going to do them as 3 separate probabilities. My black cards are 26 out of the 52. My face cards, my greens, happen to be 12 out of 52. But remember, 6 of those overlapped. I can't count the same card twice. So I'm going to end up with 26 plus 12 minus 6 becomes 32 out of 52. Alrighty. We're looking for union, intersection, and complement. Remember, A union B, this thing right here is the union. So you're going to include all elements. So then for 2A, I'm going to include every single possible number. It does not have to be in numerical order. It can be any way you want. So I'm going to include -3, -2, 5, 7, 9. I've got -2 already from B. I don't have a 0. I don't have a 4. I already have a 5. I already have a 7. So those are going to be my only elements in terms of my union. Don't make things happen twice. This upside down U, which looks like an N, is the intersection. This is going to be the overlap, all overlap, or all common elements. So for B, what's common in both is going to be the -2 is in both sets A and B, the 5 is in both sets A and B, and the 7. This little thing is the complement. And what this reads is, name all the things not in B. So everything that's not in B would be -3, and 9. Right? Because if I look at what the union is and I decide what's not in my B that happens to be in my A, it's just going to be -3 and 9. Okay, next. How many 4-digit numbers can be formed using the digits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 if no digit can be repeated? If there are no restrictions, remember we only want 4-digit numbers. So that means I just have 4 places. Well, there's 8 choices to go in my first place or my 1000th place. Then there are 7 choices left after I pick a number. Then 6 choices left. Then 5 choices left. This happens to be 1680. For those of you guys that are interested in permutations, this is a permutation where there are 8 choices and you're actually going to choose 4 of them. B, if your number is odd numbers must end in odd numbers. Okay, so I still have, I'm going to put B down here. I still have 4 digits in my number, but I can end in a 1 or I could end in a 3, or I could end in a 5, or I can end in a 7. Don't forget, all these ors mean I'm going to have to add together all of these pieces. Well, in my digits 1 through 8, there is one number 1. Once I use the number 1, I've got 7 numbers left to choose from, then 6, then 5. If I want my number to end in 3, there's 1, 3. Once I use 3, there are 7 numbers left to choose from, then 6, then 5. This goes for the same for the rest of it. There's 1, 5, 7 choices, 6 choices, 5 choices, 1, 7, 7, 6, and 5. When I multiply all of these things together, I get 210 plus 210 plus 210 plus 210, which means in this case I've got 840 ways to get an odd number. The shortcut on this is I have 4 choices of numbers, okay, to be odd. So I've got a 4-digit number. I've got 4 choices that would make me odd. Only one choice can go in at a time. I choose a number. There are 7 numbers left, then 6, then 5. This also, and it better, give you 840. So if you choose to do it the long way or the short way, you get the same answer. Okay, now we want to do with numbers that are less than 5,000. I'm going to give myself some extra room here. So this is for C, numbers less than 5,000. Well, I can start with a number that has a 1 in the thousands place, or I can have a number 2 in the thousands place, or I can have the number 3 in the thousands place, or I could have the number 4 in the thousands place. Those are the only numbers that will give me a value less than 5,000, because once I put a 5 in there, it's 5,000 something. That won't work. So just like we did the other one, there's 1, 1. Once I choose it, there's 7 numbers left, then 6, then 5. Or there's 1, 2, and then 7 choices left, then 6, then 5. This is going to end up being the same answer, which is 840. The shortcut looks again very similar. For numbers less than 5,000, I've got 4 choices for my thousands place. Once I make a choice, then there's 7 choices left, followed by 6, followed by 5. Shortcut gets the same answer. Okay, so make sure you're good. Number 1 is 1680, or letter A is 1680, B is 840, C is 840. Okay. Next one, permutations in the word pajama. Well, pajama happens to have 6 letters, but there's A's that repeat, and there's 3 A's. In my calculator, I'm going to get the answer of 120. What I'm really doing is this. I'm multiplying 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 divided by 3 times 2 times 1, which really means that these guys are going away, and 6 times 5 times 4 is just 120. Last but not least, write the set of all numbers less than or equal to 6 in interval notation. Well, less than or equal to 6 would look like this as an inequality. You always need to have 2 numbers. I don't have 2 numbers, but my second number has to be infinity. And in this case, because I'm less than or equal to 6, it's going to be all the numbers to the left, which means I'm coming from negative infinity. So interval notation, infinity always has to have a parenthesis because it doesn't really end. So my numbers are infinity and 6. Because infinity never ends, I've got a parenthesis, but because I'm less than or equal to, I need to have the bracket. And that's your interval notation. All right, so that's that. Don't forget about Castle Learning. You can check that out also. All right, so good luck studying, and I'll see you tomorrow.